What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be jumping back into the burst mode here, and we are going to try and get the highest score we possibly can. So we basically are going to be maxing out the sliders here. That is going to be the idea. So we are going to go with the GT Heroes team. I guess the biggest decision you have to make up front is how you're going to how you're going to organize these sliders right up here at the top, right? Because these ones obviously give you the biggest point deficits by choosing one or the other. We are going to get more points for a GT Heroes team. And, the reality of it is there's just no way you're going to build an extreme class GT Heroes team, right? Obviously, that's not going to happen. So you do have to do with the all super types slider here. The only way we would be able to take advantage of the all extreme types one is if we did a final trump card build, which is actually going to be giving us 30 more points than we would be getting. But that, in my opinion, is a very, very slight increase in points for a pretty big deficit in the team you're going to be able to build, right? So, yeah, for now, we're going to be going with this. We're going to do GT Heroes, all super types, and then same deal here. We could allow ourselves to have a little bit more points if we lowered our team cost, but that would, again, be a bigger deficit than is worth because, you'd only be gaining another 50 points, and you would essentially, with all the other sliders that we have activated here to give ourselves the 7,000 points, we would not be able to build a team that is strong enough to take down the event with a team cost this low, right? We're actually lucky enough to be able to even activate this slider at all. So, yeah, so we are going to have to stick with the 500 or less team cost, but unfortunately not the 400 or 300. So we've got all of these sliders selected here. We've got this one maxed out for the extra 15% damage reduction. So then we have this special ability starting from phase 2. The enemy's attack and defense is going to raise by 6% with each turn passed. So, once we get to the STR SYN SHENRON, we're going to have to remember that he's going to be getting stronger and stronger for a little bit there for the next 5 turns, right? So he's got some extra attack, 50% attack there, 500% defense. We will come back to that in a second. And then 500 HP, we've got the damage threshold on, we have, the deficit if you select, type of disadvantaged key spheres, he's going to be subtracting 3 key from us, and then no items or support memories. And then, the last little bit here, we did have to activate one of these challenge ones, just to get us, to that 7,000 mark. I figure we might as well add one of those on for the 10 extra points. What the heck, it could be worth it, right? Ultimately, if we are having some trouble and we're just barely not able to beat this, then, we could always take this one off for the 10 points gone. It won't make that big of a difference, but I figure it would be nice just to have the clean 7,000 points, and this is basically the highest score you can get. Obviously, we could get the 10 more points from adding this, and then, as we talked about with the other things up at the top, if you did manage to use an extreme class final trump card team, then you could get an additional 30 points there. But yeah, realistically, I think with all these sliders active, no matter what team build you go for, you're not going to be able to have these lower team cost ones. Probably not. Okay, so yeah, we've got 7,000 points set to go, so we'll go ahead and try our luck. This is going to be the team that we've got set up with here. So the only difference between my initial run and this run here is going to be the STR Pan. This is going to be a better unit for us. We have a lot of units that we already want to prioritize keeping on rotation, and I don't think that the GT boys that were there, the, LR GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, because they need to build up so much, they're probably not going to be a viable option for us here. But this Pan, she is stacking attack and defense on her super attack effect, and then also with each turn pass, she's getting some additional evasion chance. Unfortunately, because I built this unit ages and ages ago, she has a full additional build, not a full dodge build, but I did go ahead and give her some good dodge equips so that she can maybe keep up. So yeah, let's jump in and see how we do. Obviously, our leaders, the physical Super Saiyan 4s, are going to be carrying us. Eventually transforming into basically the #1 unit in the game, and having 2 of them is going to be nice. Okay, yeah, it looks like our rotations are already set up here, so this is very good. We are chilling right off the bat. So yeah, obviously we know that our strongest... Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. He's bullying us already. What is this? Okay, so we're gonna be fine to survive here, but unfortunately, the physical Super Saiyan 4s got locked in slot 1 and sealed. The seal really hurts us because they're not gonna be able to get any defense raises for this turn, so that is kind of not good, but we're just gonna have to roll with it. But yeah, they do have 77% damage reduction for the first turn they come out, so we at least know that they're not gonna have to worry about taking any damage here. And then, obviously, we'll go ahead and rotate the pan off, keeping the Super Saiyan 3 Goku around. So, yeah, this is definitely the way I want one of the rotations to go. And then for the other rotation, we will want the other Super Saiyan 4s, the physical Super Saiyan 4s, to be there. I'm not sure who's going to be the best to stay beside them between the other units that we've got to choose from, right? We have the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then the Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Probably not the Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? I highly doubt he's gonna be, like, the viable one. Was that a lock or a seal? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so they are... he sealed them again. Let's see here. I believe that's what that little symbol was that showed up on them at the beginning. Are they sealed? Oh, yes, they are. They are, unfortunately. It doesn't show it right here on the little path. Oh, it's up at the top. It's up at the top, I see. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, let's see. This is probably going to be better, right? Yeah, just given the fact that this is going to be a little bit of a long fight here, right? Because we've given him so much extra HP and stuff. Obviously, this is going to take a little while to get through. So we probably are going to want to prioritize having the Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku around, because he will be able to take advantage of his standby eventually, right? Which, when does that even come up? It's been such a rare opportunity for me to use it. I can't even remember. Okay, so after he receives an attack 5 or more times in battle, then we can go into standby. Okay, perfect. Wait, is this all 5 attacks right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's about to receive all 5 attacks right here. Okay, well, that works out. No problem. Little bit scary there for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku at the end. No links active for the turn, unfortunately. That is going to happen a couple of times throughout the fight. But once we get the standby active, we'll be fine then, because then we'll transform into full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then we'll no longer have this same name shenanigans be a problem for us, right? I didn't mention it, but Pan did take quite a nasty hit on that last rotation. She took like 120k from a normal, but obviously that's because she only has 15% dodge on turn 1, so can't expect too much from her right now. She might end up being a little bit of a liability later on, but we'll see how easy or difficult it is to hide her, right? And obviously, we're going to do our best with the rotations throughout the fight. We'll do as best we can, but, this fight does have some nasty abilities, right? They got sealed again? Wow, okay, so yeah, this is something that I was going to say is that... we are definitely going to have to... We may have to attempt this multiple times, just based on, like, how the RNG works out, right? So, like, so far, our copy of the physical Super Saiyan 4s has not been able to super attack a single time yet, because they've been sealed on both of the turns that they've been active. That is going to hurt them a lot, because they're not getting attack and defense raises, and they do build up quite quickly. It only takes about 2 turns for them to be able to get over 1 million defense, and then from that point on, they're going to be practically invincible. So yeah, we just need a couple of turns for them to build up, but obviously we do want to get those few turns of build up before we transform them into Gogeta. So at this point, it looks like we're going to have to delay their transformation a little bit, which is probably something that I was planning on doing anyway, just because the infinite stacks in such a long-form fight like this is probably going to be worth to take advantage of for a little while. So yeah, we'll see, but... Oof, those are hitting quite hard. Okay, so there is one other option that I have for the team build. I did need to test that out a little bit and just see how capable the physical or the tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was of taking hits, it looks like he is not very capable of taking hits in this fight. And this is only phase 1, right? It's only going to get harder from here. So more than likely, I'm going to have to trade him out for the tech full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku instead. They are pretty comparable units. But yeah, we'll see if he is a little bit more capable of tanking super attacks and stuff. And then he will also have the Scouter available for us when we're below 59% HP, which it looks like is going to be a very real situation, right? As that's where we're at right now. So yeah, I might, if we do take a KO, I might end up swapping that unit off the team. That'll be my first adjustment, and then we'll go from there. Luckily, we finally do get a turn where we're able to do some attacks with the Super Saiyan 4s. Obviously, you know, aside from just giving them the benefit of raising their own defense and stuff, we are also doing the most amount of damage we can because of having their ability to super attack, right? They're the only units on the team that are going to have type advantage against this first and the final phase. So definitely want them to build up as much as possible, right? Or attack as much as possible, rather. Ugh. Okay. So now this is the point in the fight where we're probably going to want to see Pan start to get a few dodges off for us. Awesome. Another one? Yeah, there we go. Awesome. And then now from this point on, she is going to be maxed out with her dodge, right? She'll have the full amount of dodge that she needs. Okay, so now all the actives start to come in. Obviously, we're going to have to hang on to some of these for later in the fight. We definitely don't want to, you know, blow our load too early here. I just need to remind myself if there's anything that falls off of this guy's base form kit, or if everything is permanent. Okay, yeah, it looks like he does have a standard steady kit. Oh, no. Okay, for 4 turns from his entry, he has the great chance to evade. That's only for 4 turns from his entry, so we have to transform him beyond that. So let's see. What is it his entry turn right now? It's his 5th turn, so he no longer has the dodge ability. So yeah, it is time to transform him then. And then I guess, out of curiosity, it shouldn't be set up like this, but once we go into Super Saiyan 4 Goku, is there anything that falls off of his kit? Just the crits. And then everything else is permanent. Okay, good. Then at least he's going to be, you know, safe for the remainder of the fight. Like, everything in his kit is permanent at that point. So that's not too bad. Okay, good to know, All right, well, let's go ahead and start out with that then. We'll just transform him. Use our Giant Ape transformation here. Perfect, and then we can grab all these AGL orbs there. Alright, this will work. So we'll get a little bit of free damage in here, and then at the end of the turn, we will go ahead and transform into Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is going to hold up. He does have quite a hefty, you know, defensive passive, or like defensive support. But he is kind of all stats at this point, right? He's not, he doesn't have like dodge or damage reduction or anything like that. So he's pretty much just going to be relying on whatever defensive stat he can pull out of his ass. The other thing, though, is that he has that nice ability of any time he, you know, comes onto the active rotation, if you are below 44% HP, he's going to give you 44% healing. So that's going to be very helpful for us. I can imagine there's going to be quite a few turns where we are below 44% HP. So that could look mighty good for us. That could be like a very useful, worthwhile ability that I imagine we'll see proc at least once during this fight. Probably more than once. Oh, yeah, and it looks like it's going to proc right now. Because we were at 42%, right? So there you go. All the way back up to 86%. You love to see it. Okay, so his start of turn defense is only 300k. Oh, but he's infinitely raising. Ah, that's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Getting the infinite raises off there makes sense. So then he's just going to continue to get stronger and stronger throughout the fight then. Okay. Good to know. And then nobody went ahead and got sealed on this turn. That's good. Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll leave them in slot 1. They're still not looking like the most amazing yet. We are going to continue to build them in base. I don't think I want to bother transforming them yet. We've still got a long way to go before they're looking viable, right? They're only at 400k defense. We're going to need that to be at least over 1 million before we transform them. Probably closer to 2 million. Simply because if they can survive without being transformed, then we might as well take advantage of the infinite attack raises, right? Just while we have the ability to. Okay. Let's see how they're able to tank this slot 1 super. Again, just under 500k defense. Yeah, that hurt a little bit, but we did tank it fine. That wasn't terrible. The attack and defense lower does hurt a little bit, though, right? Obviously, because with these infinite stackers, the idea is to go up on stats and not down. But that is just another one of the qualms of this boss. Just something that we have to deal with. I do have a wiki page pulled up on the side so that I've got all of the boss mechanics here. Obviously, all of the numbers are going to be moot because we're doing a burst mode and we've buffed the crap out of this enemy. But he does still have all of the same exact status effects per phase, so we can just get a cool reminder about you know, what kind of things he's going to do there. So yeah, it looks like for this first phase, he does have a 40% chance to randomly change all the key spheres on the field at the start of turn. And then he's got a 40% chance to seal someone and a 40% chance to lock a character as well. And then yeah, other than that, it's just going to be him lowering our attack and defense. Oh, I suppose he has a medium chance to stun as well. Interesting. That could certainly hurt us. If that were to happen on our slot 1 super, right? Okay, that's definitely not good. Shoot, okay. Yeah, with him locked in... Okay, I think this is probably GG right here. Because with him locked in slot 1... Let's think. Do we have any options? So we have one option. The one option would be to transform. Because if we transform right now, then we can launch our active skill, which may KO this first phase, and then we would be safe, and we wouldn't have to deal with that slot 1 lock. But if we blow our active skill that early, that might be a really bad thing for us later on in the fight, right? I think, considering the fact that he can't take normals anyway, we might as well just play this out, see how it goes, see what he takes, and then, you know, I was talking about changing that unit off of the team anyway, so we'll probably just pull the trigger on that, make that happen. Oops, we did take a little bit of damage there from the type disadvantage orb selection. Not a huge deal, though. I just wanted to make sure to save those ints for the final... Oh, yeah, that's it right there. Okay. Yeah, he even post-super is probably not going to survive these normal attack hits, so it's looking like GG already. Yeah, okay, not quite enough. He's definitely going to need to, like, double super if we want to see anything like that. If we want to see him survive anything like that, right? Okay, well, not a problem. Let's just go ahead and switch him off, and we'll put this guy on the team instead. Yeah, I guess hopefully he'll be looking a little bit better. I do hate that, like, in ancient times, I never gave people full dodge builds. Like, I absolutely would want this guy to have a full dodge build right now. But this is going to have to work. Okay, well, let's jump back in, see how we can do. Waste no time. I imagine this is going to be a very long video as it is, so as of this point, we'll try and start moving a little bit quicker. Obviously, when we're going into these really, really tough challenge content stages, it is helpful for us to, you know, take our time at the beginning, kind of really, really learn all of our kits to make sure that we're not doing any misplays, and just make sure that we're maximizing everybody's abilities and stuff. But yeah, once we've run the stage a couple of times, once we've gotten used to everybody's kit, we kind of know what the plan of attack is, and then we can just, you know, jump in and move very quickly. So on this first turn here, we saw that the Super Saiyan 4 Goku was the one that is being bullied a little bit, which is not a big deal because this is how we would have set up the rotations anyway. Definitely want to keep the Super Saiyan 3 Goku on rotation, right? Okay, we should tank this just fine, but it, again, does hurt us that that attack lower is coming in. Not what we want to see. That's alright, we'll have to... It basically cancels out... Let's see. It's a 20% attack and defense lower, so it almost cancels out one of our super attacks. Actually, not even... It's not even one super attack, because we greatly raise attack and defense on super, which is a 50% raise. And only a 20% lower, so it's like less than half of one of our super attacks, so it's really not that bad of a lower. And those do fall off as well. I don't think that they permanently apply. Maybe just for the phase. Okay, was that a lock? No, it's a seal. Okay, so he will be sealed. No big deal, though. Okay, so right here, straight up, I am just going to try out the... Actually, maybe I don't want to do that. Let's see. He's only doing the raising of attack and defense, whereas this guy is going to be massively raising defense. So yeah, he is going to be better to keep on rotation. I do want to find out with the, you know, the tech full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but I think it's better not to push our luck because the stage is so difficult. I'm sure we'll find out eventually and take some hits, but for now, we'll go ahead and keep him safe in the final slot there. I need to remember to stop selecting type disadvantage orbs. That's really, really hurting us. We're taking kind of too much damage when we do that. That is one thing I need to consider for the remainder of the fight, right? Okay, so unfortunately, the LR Super Saiyan 4s are, again, sealed, which is not what we want to see ever because they are infinitely stacking. It would have been nice if either one of these other units were sealed because we could have just put that unit in slot 3 to know they won't have to take any attacks, and then the other unit could, you know, build up in slot 2. But neither of them need to super attack as far as, you know, to get, like, stat raises throughout the fight, right? They're both at their max power right here, right now, so... Alright, we are safe for the turn at least. That's the main, most important thing. Okay, I guess we got decently lucky with Pan, having her not show up until turn 3, right? Okay, so now just in case for the locking, because remember that like the locking and sealing and stuff can change after we do the transformation. Oh, do we even want to do it yet though? Because he still has the high chance to guard because it's his third turn in battle. Or not the high chance to guard, what am I even saying? The great chance to dodge. So we might just want to put him in slot 1. The only problem is though, there's 4 attacks in that final slot, and I don't really trust Pan with only 45% chance to dodge those, and we might get destroyed a little bit here otherwise. So I think it probably is the best idea. We'll set up our rotations like this, just in case the locking changes, and then we'll go ahead and activate our Great Ape transformation, because the one thing that this is guaranteed going to do is it's going to change up where the enemy attacks are on the next turn, right? So we would have to get very unlucky for there not to be, or for there to be more than 4 attacks in that final slot. It's likely going to be a lot less than that, right? And then Pan will be a little bit safer. Yeah, I think that was probably the right play. We could have held out for one more turn, just to allow, you know, because Super Saiyan 3 Goku still did have his evasion chance and stuff available. But I guess considering the fact that he is infinitely stacking once we get into the Super Saiyan 4 form, it's probably better to just get that guy out as quickly as possible, right? Okay, no super attack in that third slot for us, but that's alright. He's not doing too much damage in this phase anyway. So not a huge deal to worry about. Alright, we're just going to have to see how the enemy attacks look here. If we get really lucky, there will be no attacks in that final slot. That would be the most ideal thing. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, there's only one. Yeah, so that's definitely a lot better than it was, right? And then the locking went away. It didn't look like, yeah, he didn't lock or seal. Oh, dang it. He sealed the Super Saiyan 4s. Okay, well, at least they're not locked, which is good. Let's see. Yeah, they do still have, like, a lot more defense than the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so we'll go ahead and... How do we want to set this up? I guess like this. And then we can grab these orbs. Yeah, that gives him a healthy amount. And then we can get all these STR orbs with Pan for a little bit more healing. There we go. So now we only have to trust Pan to dodge one attack. That should be much better than what we were previously going to have to deal with, right? Okay, unfortunately, no attack or defense raises for them. They did get one turn of raises in already, so you saw they were at like 800k defense. So they're not going to need that many turns of stacks in order for them to become, like, you know, pretty much invincible defensively. But again, I really would like to see them get as many attack stacks as possible. Oh, she still didn't dodge it. Okay, but that's fine. At least we only had to take the one attack. Dude, why are they getting bullied so much? Why are they getting bullied so much? They just got locked in slot 2. Did he seal them too? Okay, at least he didn't seal them. But now the problem is who goes in slot 1, right? Obviously we have to leave the rotation how it is. There's no way we can put the AGL Super Saiyan 4 in slot 1. Are they even going to survive here, though? What does his kit look like? Eesh. Okay. I mean, I guess he does get a little bit more defense and some damage reduction. So he's got 40% damage reductions, not bad. And then he's getting some extra defense after receiving or evading an attack. So sure, I guess that's not too terrible. Okay. Yeah, we'll run with it. Okay, we'll do this, and then we can get all of these physical orbs. At least they're not sealed, is the main thing. They're actually going to be able to get a turn of attack and defense raises in here, which is really good. And then, yeah, you can't get the 18 key either way, so we'll grab the AGL orbs for the extra healing, I think is probably smart. Okay, well, at least he is double-digit tanking normals, so we don't have to worry too bad. And then now he's able to get some extra defense raises from super attacks, so we should be safe here. I think we are definitely going to move on to the next phase. Ideally, we would take a super attack and go below 44% HP here. If we do, then the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the next rotation is going to heal us. The AGL one, rather, because I guess we do have 2 of them around. But yeah, he'll be able to heal us back to, you know, into the, like, probably 80% range of HP. But I guess we'll see if that happens or not. So yeah, that's basically going to be the most ideal thing every single turn, right? Either go below 44% or don't take any damage at all. Those would be the 2 most ideal situations. I guess it's, unless we're on a rotation where the Super Saiyan 4 Goku is already on rotation, then we definitely wouldn't want to take the damage, because if we go below the 44%, we're going to have to wait 2 turns for him to come back. Alright. And then let's see what happens here. So he sealed Super Saiyan 4 Goku and locked the Super Saiyan 4s. Okay, well, it's a little bit bummy that he got sealed, which again means no attack and defense raises for him. But he does get defense when attacking, and it doesn't require it to be super attacks. He just gets this stuff when attacking, so he'll still at least be able to tank post, you know, post attack, even though he's not going to be able to super here. So that's not a huge deal. I guess we'll go ahead and, oh, it's per, what was the thing? It was per every 4 key. For every 4 key, he gets 44% defense. So yeah, if we were to do this, then he would get 2 procs of that. If we do this, he doesn't even get a single proc of that. So I think it's probably smart to do this. The only problem is then there's not going to be like any key spheres available for them to select. Huh. I mean, he does get 100% when attacking regardless. I think we'll probably be safe here. That might be a fumble. Maybe. That could be a fumble. We'll see. We'll see. We're just going to have to see how that ends up working out for us. Okay, and then we'll get our 1 tech orb there. That also did suck a little bit because we did have to select some type disadvantage orbs there in order to avoid that massive pool, right? So yeah, that certainly hurt a little bit. Oh, and he is taking a super attack. Oh no. Is this going to be bad? Oh, yeah, no, he's fine. Okay. All right, we're chilling, we're chilling. We definitely made the right plays on this turn then. All right, and we are about to have a mighty good turn from them. So yeah, I think name of the game is probably going to be once... Let's see. They do have the guard that's going to roll off of their kit on turn 7. Obviously, they don't need it on this phase because we're fighting an enemy anyway. But the second phase is going to be against an STR enemy. So we're probably going to need to transform them once we get there. Though our defense should be looking pretty massive by that point. Again, it's just going to depend on this RNG of how many times they continuously get sealed before this phase is over. So we'll see. We've maybe got like 3 more turns here, 2 more turns, something like that, before moving on to that next phase, which that phase is a little bit more mellow. Basically, the worst threat is that he can dodge our attacks, right? But other than that, he's not really doing anything to us. We're going to be able to keep our rotations as they are and stuff. So that'll be nice. Okay, let's see what happened. So just the slot 2 lock. Okay, that's perfectly fine. They're at 1,000,000 defense, so they're definitely not taking any damage. I would like to select all these orbs with them, but that is going to cause us to lose some HP. I don't know if that's a good idea. Let me see. How many additional attacks do they get when we... he's gonna get... It's gonna cost him 2 attacks. Do I want the 2 extra attacks for all of the HP lowered? I honestly, as funny as that is to say, I think I do. I think we are going to do this. How bad does that hurt? Ugh, pretty bad. Our HP is looking mighty low at this point. That's not the best. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll do this, and then... I guess, I mean, we're going to be fine no matter what. I guess the only case where we get KO'd here would be if Pan takes a super attack, right? Anything other than that, we should definitely be fine. And then, because we're below 44%, we're going to get a good heal on the next turn anyway. So that's going to help for sure. But yeah, I do want to take advantage of the fact that they weren't sealed here and get as many attack raises in as possible, especially because we did just talk about very soon we are going to have to transform them into Gogeta, so this might be our very last opportunity to give them some attack raises. Maybe they'll get like 1 more, but it's going to depend on, you know, what the enemy, like the boss mechanics, do to us on this next rotation. So, we'll see, we'll see. Okay. That was a good turn by them. No super attack yet, which is a little bit scary, right? But it's alright. If the super attack happens at the end, we're definitely going to dodge it. Right, Pan? Right, Pan? Oh gosh, still no super attack. Right, Pan? And... oh, okay, she's getting the additional. I guess that's good. So that if she does get hit with a normal here, it'll do a little bit less damage. And... yeah. She dodged it anyway. Awesome. And then we get that fat heal in there. Thank you very much. And okay, no locks or seals. Awesome. That's very good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this. We'll put them up front. Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll put them up front. And then, yeah, we'll put this guy in slot 2. Both of them should probably be able to attack here. And then Super Saiyan 4 Goku at the end there to finish it out. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. I mean, these guys have gotten quite a few attack raises over the course of the fight, so maybe, I guess, yeah, it's possible they could KO here. It's going to depend how many additional supers they get. It's also going to depend on like crits and stuff. So we'll see. Okay, they are getting one more. If this does not critical hit, then we'll get to attack with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, assuming that the hidden potential system is a normal, or if it doesn't proc at all. Okay, it didn't proc at all. There we go. So yeah, we get one more attack off, which this is good, because we'll get a nice little defense raise in here. He is definitely going to need some more of these as time goes on. But lucky enough for us, he is going to have type advantage on this next phase here. So he's going to be able to go nuts, and it doesn't really matter too much that his defense is looking a little bit lackluster for us right now, right? Okay. So at this point, we can transform into full power Super Saiyan 4, or I guess go into the standby at least. Is it going to be smart for us to do that though? Or do we want to wait? This is like the unit's kit on this team that I'm the least familiar with. So let's go ahead and take a peek here. Nothing falls off of his kit, so we can safely leave him in base as long as we want. He still does remain the same. And then once he is transformed into Super Saiyan, full power Super Saiyan 4 here, yeah, let's see. He's only guarding for 1 turn at that point, and then he crits for 3 turns. Obviously, I don't really care about the crits. He's getting guaranteed crits with 24 ki anyway. And then, oh, he's going to be at 50% damage reduction as the first attacker in the turn. Let's see. I guess, I mean, he doesn't really have much that falls off of the kit. The main thing is that 1 turn of guard, right? But I don't know if we're going to wait. I mean, it could be a smart idea, I guess, to wait long enough to have that guard available for, but we're going to have to wait so late into the fight. I think it's probably fine to transform him here. Probably. Yeah. I guess that could be a blunder, right? But yeah, I'll go ahead and take the risk. Let's go ahead and put him into standby. Why not? I think I would rather do this while we have free access to not being locked or anything, right? Because once we go on to the 3rd phase, we're going to have to deal with those pesky, like... oh, actually, no, we're not. He doesn't do any of the locking in the final phase. That's only for the 1st phase. Well, nonetheless, I think it still makes sense to do it this way. Okay, so it's turn 8. They only had guard for the first 7 turns. That's fallen off at this point. But they do have 1.8 million defense. So I still don't think we need to transform them yet. I think we can still just leave them untransformed. I think that's going to be fine. Yeah. And then just to give myself a quick reminder about how this guy gains defense. He's got 300%. He gets 10% damage reduction per type key sphere, and then guards with 3 or more type key spheres. Okay, so we just need to make sure to get him 3 key spheres, and then he'll be fine, which we've got plenty to come in right there. Okay, we are getting mighty close to that Dokkan attack as well. That's another thing we're going to want to watch out for here. Ooh, actually, if we do this, then... yeah, that's still 3 type key spheres. Yeah, that works out. That works out. Okay, let's try this. I think we should be safe this turn. I don't think we're in too much danger here. Okay, but it looks like from now, turn 8 all the way up to turn 12 will be the 5th turn from now. Because of one of those sliders we had activated, he's going to be raising his attack and defense by 6% up to 30. So yeah, we'll just have to keep in mind that the enemy is going to be getting slightly stronger for the remainder of the fight. Man, it's actually really good to know that the seals are gone and the locking is gone. That definitely bodes well for like the tech full power Super Saiyan 4, who we do not want to see in slot 1 ever. And Pan, right? They're never going to get locked out of rotation or something like that. So that is really, really good news at this point. I think we have made it over that hump of, like, the really, really detrimental part of the fight where we're just looking bad at the very beginning, right? We're looking a little bit more survivable at this point. Oof! And right as I say that, we take that much damage. Holy moly, that's bad. But that's okay. We went below 44%, right on cue. So we were able to heal all that back. That is very good. Okay, so these guys are over 2 million defense. I think what I want to do here is this. We're going to get the Dokkan attack this turn, so I think we're just going to put Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the first slot so that he can do a massive attack for us, because he's got type advantage, obviously. So he's going to hit very, very hard. And then, yeah, we'll do that, and then with the same type orbs, that should push us a lot closer to that Dokkan gauge, filling up all the way. Perfect. And then, for them, I guess we'll do this. Yeah, we'll grab these int orbs here. Again, still not going to transform them. I don't really need to yet. I think we'll probably just pop the transformations on that final phase at this point. It doesn't really seem like we need to before then, I guess. So yeah, we'll just hold off for now. There we go. We do have the Dokkan attack ready to go. And then we'll grab that one STR orb for good luck. And I guess a little bit more healing. This Dokkan attack is definitely not going to KO this phase, right? Like, we're still going to have to do quite a bit of damage here on this phase to finish things off. Which just means Pan is going to have to face off against those attacks at the end. So we will hope that she feels like dodging right now, because that's definitely something she's going to need to do. She will get rocked pretty hard if not. Okay, that was a pretty good attack. Nice, we get lucky enough for the additional as well. Okay. That was a very good damaging turn for us with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Very good, and we are able to double-digit tank the Super even. Alright, well, I can rest a bit easier knowing that the Super has been dealt with for the turn, right? Still a little bit uneasy about Pan's situation there at the end, but I suppose as long as she dodges one, we're not going to get KO'd, which would be the main thing. But yeah, remember that he is getting slightly stronger each turn too, so his normals are going to be hitting quite hard. And if the Tech Full Power Super Saiyan 4 was getting hit as hard as he did, then Pan is definitely not going to be able to tank these. So let's just cross our fingers and hope that she's got what it takes to dodge here. Oh no, she gets hit with one. Okay. Wow, she's actually taking less damage than the Full Power Super Saiyan 4. Okay, well, that is fine. And then the Dokkan attack fully heals us up, so we are good to go for now. Okay, they have 2 turns left, so we gotta transform them now. Let's go ahead and start out with that, right? So yeah, we'll get them into... Or wait. Really quickly. Are they gonna be doing a finish effect attack? Like, is it just a transformation? Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like the finish skill is just a transformation. Yeah, it's not going to do an attack or anything. Okay, well then let's do the transformation. Because a lot of the times with those charge counts, if you have... yeah, this here. If you have, like, more and more charges, then the attack does more. I just want to make sure it didn't have anything like that attached to it. So that works out fine. Alright, we'll go ahead and transform him. There we go. Now we've got our Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku out. Okay, so we still have the option to potentially transform if we want to. We could continue to hold out as well. I think... I think we'll continue to hold out. Is he raising defense on Super? He is. Raise defense for 4 turns. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to continue to hold out for the transformation. I really would like to save it. So, one thing that I'm thinking about is that once we get to that final int phase, the boss does have a really kind of sticky, slimy mechanic. where he is guaranteed to super us with a very hard-hitting super that I would imagine with all of these burst mode sliders applied, we would not survive if we got hit with that super. That super is guaranteed to launch at the end of the second phase. Second turn, rather. Once we get to the final phase, at the end of the second turn, that super is guaranteed to proc. So my idea here is if we wait all the way until the final phase to transform into Gogeta, then we will have the most powerful Gogetas that we possibly can have. Which means that maybe, potentially, we'll have enough attacking power to actually take down that final phase within those 2 turns so that we don't have to face off against that attack. Maybe. So yeah, that's kind of the idea of what I'm thinking of so far. And it looks like we do have quite a few turns left of this second phase to continue building if we keep that strat going. The only problem is, the longer we remain in the fight, the more susceptible we are to our slot 3 units getting us killed, right? Which obviously we know that this guy attacking right now, the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he's going to be perfectly fine because he's got type advantage in this phase. I'm not really worried about him, and this is a perfect example of it right here. Oh, well, yeah, he just went ahead and dodged it. I'm sure that he would have tanked that perfectly fine, though, right? He might have taken a little bit of damage, but it probably would have been like 100k or less, right? So definitely not anything to worry about with him. But yeah, we saw that the Tech Full Power Super Saiyan 4 can't really take well, and obviously neither can Pan. So those 2 units are going to be looking quite precarious. But yeah, for now we're good. I guess we might as well put them up front. 2.2 million defense is definitely going to be enough to make them invincible, so not worried about them at all. Yep, I guess we just continue on here. We will select all of those. I guess, yeah, we can select these, and then we can get these 2 tech orbs as well. Cool. And then I guess potentially we can start working on building toward another Dokkan attack. Though, based on what I said my current strategy was, I don't think we're going to see a second Dokkan attack. But there is also the possibility that I completely misjudged the amount of HP this final phase has, and that it's actually impossible to finish it in those 2 phases. If that is the case, then we do have a contingency plan. Because the once we, transform the Super Saiyan 4s, the physical Super Saiyan 4s, we're going to have Scouter up, guaranteed. So we'll... Or this... sorry. I'm thinking way too hard in this fight. The Scouter doesn't really matter, because we know where the super attack is going to be. But they are going to be... they have a really good chance to nullify the attack, right? So if we put them in the way of that super attack, then we have a really good chance to evade and counter it, right? And then if we happen to be below 50% HP at the time, they will guaranteed dodge that attack, right? So yeah, we'll see how things shake out once we get to that point in the fight. It's looking like it's probably going to be another 2 turns or so. Oh man, maybe less if we're if we keep getting these additionals with this guy. He is obviously our strongest attacker on this phase. Okay, another. Oh, I was gonna say another double-digit tank coming in, but he just straight up dodged it. That's the second turn in a row where we dodged the super attack. You love to see it. Very good stuff. Okay, awesome. There's only 1 attack at the end there for Pan to worry about. Okay, 2.2 million defense should be good. Yeah, I kind of wanted to save that rainbow orb to make the int orbs fall differently, but we're still able to get 3. That's going to be enough for him to get the 24 key super, so that's no problem. All right, and we were able to get quite a few same type orbs. I didn't really bother getting a super attack with Pan. I don't think it's going to matter. She just has to dodge, right? She is essentially, like, regardless of getting those super attack buffs, she's either going to dodge or she's going to take over 100k. It's not going to make that much of a difference for us, right? I am liking our, first and second slot units on both rotations. I think we're looking pretty strong, pretty safe at this point with what we've got set up here. I kind of would like to see some more dodges come out from this guy. Let's see. He only has Oh, it's only a 5% chance for him to dodge us. That's why it doesn't happen very often. That makes sense. It would be cool to see it happen more, though, because the more he dodges us, the more stacks we're going to be able to get on our Super Saiyan 4s, right? All right, there you go. And she dodged anyway. We're chilling there. Okay, will this be the final fated last turn of this phase? I wonder. Okay, we're already at 24 key with the AGL Super Saiyan 4 full power Goku in the middle slot there. He is going to KO the enemy for sure. So I think what I'm going to do is give them one more turn of stacking up front, and then we'll allow him to do the KO here. Yeah, I'll just select the one orb, and then we'll get the extra orbs with the Goku at the end, even though it doesn't matter. He's not going to get to attack anyway, right? And we are still just hanging on to his, active skill. I guess the main thing that it's going to, well, I can't remember. I'll have to look. I'm pretty sure it only applies an attack disable when you're attacking multiple enemies. So against one enemy, literally all it's going to give us is a little bit of dodge. Or a little bit of damage, and then I think it'll give him guaranteed crits for the turn as well, which should be helpful maybe for the final phase, if necessary. But as things are looking right now, if all goes according to my original plan, we won't even see that Super Saiyan 4 Goku come back in the fight. Okay. So, here we go. We've only got normal attacks to deal with. Okay, so this is the point where we probably should transform, right? So let's go ahead and transform into our Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then... Oh no, they're selecting like the wrong kind of orbs. Let's see, they don't need to be in slot 1, right? Yeah, they don't need to be in slot 1. We're fine there regardless. So we could put them in slot 2. And then put this guy up front in slot 1. I need to remind myself really quick what things fall off of his kit, because they have fallen off by now if they are going to fall off at all, right? Yeah, just the guard fell off immediately, and then the guaranteed crit has fallen off. But if we have the 24 key, we still get crit, and then as the first attacker in the turn, he has 50% damage reduction. That's kind of what I'm banking on at this point. Because we know there's no super attacks to deal with, I think that him having the 50% damage reduction is going to be plenty to keep him safe there, and then that way we can prioritize grabbing all of those orbs with him, right? Okay, let's see. And then let me remind myself what he's getting with the rainbow orbs again. Again, we don't really need to focus on him defensively. We know he's going to be perfectly fine defensively. His defense stat, I guess I didn't even check it post transformation. Yeah, he's at 3.5 million. He has a lot of damage reduction. He's got 77% this turn, and then he is going to be getting more with orbs selected and stuff, but I'm mostly worried about the amount of attack he's going to be doing. So yeah, he'll be getting up to 100% attack with with the orb selected, and then with up to 10 orbs selected, and then at 24 key, he gets an additional attack buff there. Okay. All right, perfect. And then, yeah, he does get the additional crit chance and stuff with the rainbow orbs. But I think this should be fine. I guess we could select these. This is actually going to be the best strat right here. And we're going to take a little bit of damage because we're selecting red orbs with him. But we do get 3 rainbow orbs and 24 key. Both of those things are going to be important for the amount of damage he's going to be able to do this turn. So I think that's probably the smart way to play it. And then I guess for this guy, does he have a multiple turn defense raise? It's only a 1-turn defense raise, so I don't even really care about getting him a super attack. I'm just trying to consider conserving orbs and stuff for next turn. Let's just do this, because when we transform with our Gogeta next turn, we're going to do a rainbow orb changing anyway, so the field will get a little better. But that way we can save some of those AGL orbs for the AGL Goku next rotation. Alright. Okay, so I can't imagine this is going to do too much here. Yeah, probably not. I am very, very curious to see how much damage we end up doing with these other guys, though, obviously. This guy has not been infinitely raising, right? So his numbers are not going to be looking nearly as high. Let's see what kind of attack stat we're looking at here. Okay, 48 million. So probably it's not going to be enough for us to finish this off in 2 phases. Probably not. I imagine we're going to have to go with that contingency plan I was talking about before. We'll see, though. I don't know. We did do a little bit there, and we got the crits in. Yeah, if we continue to crit like this, I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Do we get one more? No. Okay. Yeah, I think having the triple super triple crit would have been necessary, because obviously this guy isn't even like 50% depleted on his HP at this point. So yeah, it's looking a little bit unlikely that we will finish him off before we get to that final phase, right? Or before we get like to the end of next turn. Okay. Okay, so now some like the main thing is Pan surviving, right? So obviously we do want to transform at this point. Let's go ahead and get them into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then there we go. We can see that that super attack is coming at us at the end. So either we KO by then, or we have to like dodge that attack, right? So with that being considered, I think this is probably our best bet. It's a little bit okay. Here's the thing that sucks. We know based on the amount of HP he has left, we're probably not going to KO him here. Well, the thing is, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku has been building up as well, so he's probably going to do a little bit of damage, but it's not. I don't want to play it that way. I don't think I want to play it by damage. Obviously, we would do a lot more damage if we had the two of them linked up together because they've got SHENRON active. That's going to help them, you know, a massive amount on the amount of damage they're doing there. But that means that we would have to put Pan slot 1. And so not only is she going to have to take one extra attack than she would have, she also is going to have to take an attack before she gets to attack, right? So I think even though it feels bad and we're not going to do as much damage this way, I think this is probably the smartest setup for the turn. Yeah. I think this is probably the way to go. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just pull the trigger on it then. So we'll grab all of these orbs. At least we'll be at 100% HP. That's the main thing that's really nice here. And then I do want to try to get all those AGL orbs. So yeah, we'll grab these two for Pan. She does get a super attack off, which is nice. That'll help if she has to take a couple of normals. Between 3 attacks, she would have to take... like what, like over 200k per attack in order to get KO'd here and get hit by all of them, even though she has all that dodge ability, right? So I think we should be safe. I think we should definitely be safe. And then even if Gogeta gets hit by that super attack in the last slot, he's still going to survive it. I don't think he'll have any struggles surviving the super just because his defense is so high, right? Okay, there we go. And the fact that he has the chance to evade us hurts even more, right? You definitely can't depend on sneaking in enough damage to get him KO'd if he's going to be evading our attacks, right? Okay, let's see what our girl Pan has in store for us. Let's see if she feels like dodging. No? Okay. So 800k, that's... ooh, that's quite bad. That is quite bad. I think we can do it. I think it's definitely possible to win that with that exact team build. Maybe we just needed to get a little bit luckier and not have Pan on the final turn. That's kind of the thing that hurt us the most. So yeah, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do, because we basically showcased the entire fight and what the strat is, I'm going to do the entire fight again off camera, and then when we get back to that final phase, I'll just rejoin with you guys, and then we'll go from there and try and get the W. Okay, guys, so it has been, let me tell you, a gruesome, like, 4 or 5 days or so since I recorded the, initial 7,000 point attempts on this. I cannot tell you how unbelievably lucky that run that we saw on recording was. Holy moly, I thought that was going to be a normal thing. I thought it would just take maybe a couple more runs to get that, you know, to get the clear on that event. Not the case. We got insanely lucky. It has been impossible to replicate what we did there. I have spent, you know, like 4 days straight working on this, a solid 100 attempts, countless hours of just attempting this over and over and over again. We have only actually gotten to the final phase of the SYN Shenron, or the Int Omega Shenron, one additional time that I just did yesterday. And I will quickly cut to that and show you guys a quick snippet of the footage of what happened on that first turn when we got back to that phase. So go ahead and take a look. So yeah, our girl Pan did not come through for us. I had a rough decision to make there. I don't even know if that was going to get us the W, because we had to split the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the, you know, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That hurt their links a lot, and they both had much less attacking power on that turn. And I think, you know, obviously with the idea of being able to fully deplete his HP in those 2 turns before he launches the powerful super attack at the end of that second turn, you know, might have resulted in a KO anyway, or I would have just had to rotate off the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on, or Gogeta on the next rotation as well to tank the super attack or something. I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, I wanted to make sure that Pan had the fewest amount of attacks to take, and she just got hit by the one and only attack that she had to dodge. So we lost. So after 4 more days of effort trying to get back, just to get back to that spot, we lost in the exact same way. So yeah, I'm over it, basically is what I'm telling you. We're not going to go ahead and get that 7,000 point clear. I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave it where it's at. I probably could switch to the final trump card team, you know, and get, like, some additional points here. Because obviously with the final trump card team, you are inherently losing 200 points outright, so we'd be fighting for more of like a 6,800 point clear or something, but then we did still have that problem with the int unit on the final trump card team not being amazing, right? Having to depend on like the Hercule or something like that. So yeah, it's possible that I could get a higher score, but the video focus was to be able to get like the maxed out 7,000 point clear, right? Which is the theoretical max. I mean, I think 7,010 is literally like the maximum that you can get in this. Just barring, like, the team cost restrictions, right? So, yeah, without being able to do that, I don't really care about going back into this, so I might do another run off camera or something just to boost up my score to get some extra burst coins, which is obviously the point of doing this in the first place, to earn those additional tracks. But yeah, as far as recording a thing on video, I think I'm going to be done with it for now. But I do still want to post the video of that attempt because it is very possible to do it, right? And I did see a post of Toon Rami getting the 7,000 point clear with that exact team, so I'm pretty sure he just did get lucky enough to make it through with that strategy, and I still wanted it to be like a public service announcement that if you cared to, you probably could make it happen for yourself, but just be warned, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, but that strategy definitely can take it down. I just think I'm done giving it tries. So yeah, that's that is going to go ahead and finish up the burst mode for this run. for this time around. We'll wait for the next burst mode to try something crazy like that again. So yeah, that's going to go ahead and finish it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!